Hi. Wait, where's the camera? There's the camera. It's been so long. Hi, welcome to Mechanical Keyboards Live. I'm your host, Ski with Pete. I'm wearing my Ski with Pete hat. Ski with Pete. What's up, everybody? Got a quick show for you today. It won't take too long, I don't think. 2 reviews, and I was going to show this off too. Plus 2 reviews plus the Master Keys S. I just thought I would crack that open real quick. But before we get to that, let's just say what's up to everybody. What's up? Euphoricals in the house. Oscar Hernandez, Atari Zero, Steffi, Ben Yarmus, Jesper Lundqvist, Jung Hwan Min, Dr. Doomapple. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. I'm buried in... They're so high. It stacks so high. So first off, we have the Antlion Pro Gaming Uber Wide Mousepad. Get to that in a minute. After that, we're looking at the Velocifire, which is a TKL 01. I don't know, but it is wireless. That's pretty exciting. After that, we've got this Varmilo. This is so brand new and unreleased. They don't even have a name for this keyboard yet. This is the new Electrostatic Capacitive keyboard. First time you're ever going to see it is here. This Electrostatic Capacitive keyboard, it's a little like a Topre, except it's nothing like a Topre at all. Rather than having those little rubber cups, instead this is just a pure spring system, and we'll get inside of that. That's coming up later on the show. Then, of course, after all that, I'm going to crack open the Master Keys S and show you how to put an unloved bastard inside. Oh, and I got myself a Google Home Mini. They're $30. How could I say no to that? I don't know why I left it on my desk, though, but I did. I'll get to that another time. That's not for today. All right. Let's kick things off. Jung Hwan Min says, nice hat. Is this the first time you've seen the hat? Let me show off the big selfie camera here. What's going on over here? What's up with you guys? Ski with Pete. You see there, Ski with Pete. What is going on? Of course, it's Christmas. It's a Christmas tree. Got some Christmas lights. And it's snowing outside. I don't know if you can see that, but it is snowing outside here in New York City. Arkaz, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Arkaz, Arkhze. Maybe that's how you pronounce it. It says hi. Hi. Okay, just before we get to this, just one other thing. This week, I got a $70 donation in. So for the $10,000, we're going to pump that up to $83. Now, I want to talk to you guys about it for a second. I got an idea. I want to hear what you think. I found a 4K 360 camera, which would let you guys see all around the room. I found one of those for $450 that would work great on the stream. So we're at 83. It says 10,000, but I think I'm going to scratch that out. And instead of going to 8K, I think the next thing to do would be to create a 360 camera in the house. So that's 83 of $450. 83 of 450. If you guys would like that to happen, there are several ways you can support the channel. 1 is through Super Chat. 2 is through Patreon. 3 is... Wait a sec, what's 3? Oh, the PayPal donate button. You can find that in the video description or about section below. The thing is over here if you're on mobile, or it's directly below here if you're not. Or the last way that you can support this show is by pressing like. If the more likes this stream gets, the more people come to the stream, the more people come to the stream, the more new subscribers we get, the more new subscribers we get, the faster we grow, the more people come and contribute towards the 360 camera. Thank you very much to everybody who has contributed. Let's do it. That's all. Can't think of anything else. Next, I want to talk to you guys about the Antlion Pro Gaming MM28 Uber Wide Mousepad. Okay, the first thing I want to say about this product is I got an email from the guys at Antlion asking if I wanted to demo one, and they said, would you get a bigger desk? And the reason they asked that is that this desk is only 30 inches wide. And this, sorry, knocked the camera stand. Whoa, 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 whoa. This desk is only 30 inches wide from here to here. And this mouse mat is bigger than that. I said no. They said, would you please? It doesn't make much sense for you to show off a huge mouse mat that would fit on a regular computer desk when all you have is a 30-inch work surface. And I said, I live in a tiny apartment in Manhattan. What am I going to do? I'm not going to get a bigger desk for this. Got to stop for a second. Atari Zero throws down $10 and says, you mean donate like this, smiley face? Yes, that's exactly what I meant. Thank you very much, dude. Atari Zero. As always with the Super Chats, I will read out the full comment no matter what. $93. We're almost 1/4 of the way there. What would be... Look at that. See, look at this script. Atari Zero donated $10 through Super Chat. So cool. So cool. Thank you very much, Atari Zero. That's awesome. We're on our way. On our way. Getting back to this. So they said, would you get a bigger desk? I said no. They said, well, it won't make much sense for you to do it because you're going to roll your mouse mat out over the desk and it'll be too big. And I said, send it anyways. And they said, okay. Here it is. Oh, did I just hear something falling? Nope. Ah. Look at that. All right. First things first, let's give you a little look at their logo here. Antlion Pro Gaming. Now this is like, it's not stitched in, it's like dyed in. It's pretty nice. That won't fade or anything. That looks pretty good. You can also see, the stitching around the edge here. It's a nice detail. And on the bottom, it's actually quite flat, which is good. It's got a grippy bottom. But that edge is well done because it's actually achieved a flatness that a lot of these things don't. Usually they got a big ridge bump on it, but this one doesn't. It's pretty nice. Arc G says, any thoughts on SteelSeries keyboards? Just a quick thing on SteelSeries keyboards. I personally don't rate them because they often have non-standard layouts. I say that out loud, and then I went and visited my father-in-law last week. He has a SteelSeries keyboard with a big-ass enter, and he says his favorite thing about it is the big-ass enter, and he loves it, doesn't want to trade it for the world. I've even made him a custom keyboard, and he doesn't use it because he loves the SteelSeries so much. I don't know. What do you want me to say? I don't know what to say. Okay, let's get back to this thing. The top is really quite smooth. It's like, you can tell it's got a very fine layer on it, but as you're about to see here, this will extend beyond my desk in both directions. So I think that this mouse mat is 34 or 36 inches. It's 900 millimeters. Alexa, what's 900 millimeters in inches?
900 millimeters is 35.43 inches.
35.43 inches. Very nice, though. That is very nice. Okay, well, it's a very nice mouse mat. It's bigger than my desk. What more do you want me to say about it? This isn't my keyboarding desk. I have like a proper desk, especially at work where I do work, and that's where I'm going to take this thing. I'll give it a long-term test, but I can tell already it's a quality thing. If you want more information about this, go check in the video description or about section below. It's awesome. It's huge. I'm going to keep it. Thank you to Antlion for sending that through. I thought it was interesting and actually but the logo is dyed so the mouse won't catch it. That's exactly right. I had an interesting conversation, and I'm only going to do this in the live stream. I won't share this in the other video. But I had a really interesting conversation with the people at Antlion because I didn't understand what Antlion is. And, you know, they make the headphone thing. Here's got my mod mic right here. They make the headphone so you can add it to your earphones. So you've got quality earphones. You can add a gaming mic to it, which it's great. It's a great product. And then I asked about this. I was a bit confused because my association in my head for Antlion and the mod mic is that they're an audio company. But with this, they're making a move from being an audio company into a gaming company. I mean, you can see here it says Antlion Audio. That's their logo. Here it says Antlion Pro Gaming. So we may see some different stuff from Antlion in the future. Thank you guys. I think you're pretty cool. I think you're based out of Portland. Yeah, Portland, Oregon. I think you guys are pretty dope, and I'm looking forward to all the cool stuff you got coming up. So that's my little plug for Antlion. They seem like really nice dudes when I email back and forth, and I ask questions like, I thought you were an audio company. What are you doing in gaming? And they're saying, well, we're more of a gaming company with a strong audio component. Anyways, it was an interesting conversation, and I think they're pretty cool dudes. So thank you again to Antlion. Just total disclosure, they sent me this for the purpose of review, but they don't pay me outside of that. So that was my honest opinion. The same relationship is true of Velocifire. Velocifire, hold on. I thought you meant you wanted to know what the name was. No, euphorical. Antlion is a type of beetle. Cool. Cool, but the logo is subbed. Yeah, it's nearly identical. Yep. And thank you again to Atari Zero. That's awesome, dude. I'm pointing at you. That's me pointing at you. All right, I'm going to do this one like it's a proper review because I'm going to cut it down and do all that stuff. Hi, everybody. I'm skiwithpete. Today we're looking at the Velocifire TKL01WS. Now, if you remove the WS, I know what you get. You get a TKL keyboard, but when you add the WS, you get a wireless. So this is the Velocifire wireless. Let's take a look. Besides the fact that it's wireless, there's actually no indication on the outside of the box at all what it is. A wireless gaming keyboard, anti-ghosting keys, new. Doesn't say what type of switch it is. Doesn't say if it's got PBT or ABS keycaps. Keyboard. Crappy key puller. Keycap puller. Charging cable with a micro on it. It still doesn't say what type of switch it's got. And that is it. There's nothing else inside the box, so let's get inside and take a look. Okay, first thing, and this is really what I wanted to check for, was how it was wireless. And it's wireless using one of these dongles. And that dongle is magnetically attached over here. That's pretty cool. It's a nice way to store it. It's got an on-off down in the corner, and it's got some flippy feet. So I won't come back to this side. But on this side, we've got actually a pretty nice looking keyboard. Let's just do a flyby here. Oh, it's off angle, isn't it? Let me. Okay, let's try it again. Let's do a nice flyby. All the way across to the Velocifire logo. Next up, let's just take a look in here. You can see that the distance between the edge of the board, it's got like a chamfered edge on it, but the distance between that and the key itself, there's not much room. It's definitely what you would call a high-profile case. These legends are, they're printed. Yeah, you can see the little ridges. Maybe you can't see that, but I'll make it so you can see that. Sorry, just a little bit of camera-y thing. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to open up. I got to open up the... in order to control the focus on the camera, you've got to open up an extra window. So I've just got to do that real quick here. It won't be long. Okay. You can see the little ridges on the... Just chucking a bit of shadow on it so you can see up close there like that. So these are definitely a pad printed keycap. But the legends actually look pretty sharp. The fonts all look pretty nice, actually. It's definitely tastefully done. Darth Hater says, do a 40% build. I will in the near future, but it won't be today. I would like to do a 40% build. I have a couple. I want to do a carbon fiber JD40. I've never done one of those. It's amazing that I've gotten this far without building a carbon fiber JD40, but I haven't actually, so I'd like to do that. Okay, just before we... This spacebar is a little bit weird. I just want to show that off. It's... Can you see how weird the spacebar is? Hold on, I'm trying to do this without doing it properly. Do you see the spacebar's got kind of a roundness here? So it's got an edge there, but it fades to a roundness. It's an unusual thing. I don't think I've seen that before on a spacebar. I guess it's to make it easier on your thumb, but that's why I just flip my spacebar. Okay. You know what else I just noticed, which would piss me off? That the 5 is centered in the keycap, but the 6 is not. I don't know if you can quite see that. Oh, Ricta, what's going on? Can you see that? The legends are not quite centered. So you can see the G is actually off center. That's where the center of the key is. That's where the center of the key is. So everything is slightly shifted to the right. So even though I was saying it was quite nice, it's especially apparent over here on the arrow keys. You can see that the arrow key for up, that's the middle of the key there. I can tell already. I don't even need to do this, but it's this is a brown switch. I don't know which company it's from yet, but I will take a look. That there is what you call the classic Utemu brown. That is an Utemu brown indeed. You know, Utemu has improved over the years, and I can tell for sure that it's better than the old Utemus used to be. And now that I've got this keycap off, no surprises here either. This is an ABS keycap, and it is pad printed. Okay, two things to do here. First is to plug it in. I'm not going to use the cable that they provided me, but just a standard cable. Just going to use a standard cable here to plug it in. Ooh. Just to make sure that standard cables do, in fact, fit. It does. It did. And I'm just going to do a quick little typing test. Thank you again to Atari Zero, who donated $10 towards the 360 camera. How does one open a notepad? There we go. Oh, the Discord. Don't forget, the Discord is available. Go into the About section below and make sure to join the Discord. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and do a little bit of typing here just to do a typing test. Huh. That I did not expect. Ah, it's because my cursor wasn't selected. Huh, it doesn't matter if the cursor was selected. It is not responding. I guess I'll have to turn it to on. It is still not responding. Okay, so it's not passing data through the charging cable. That is weird and unusual. I never thought I would see that, but equally, let's plug this in. My God, the lag is insane. Let me pull this out and just make sure that it's not being caused by this. The lag is incredible. The lag is like... I don't even know what the lag is like. The keycaps... I mean, I'm doing a terrible job here. I should... Whoops. Whoops. Nope. Especially that it doesn't pass data down the USB cable. The Velocifire. We don't need to go any further with this review. Do not buy the Velocifire keyboard. Thank you very much to Velocifire for sending that through. The lag is incredible. Maybe there will be a fix coming forward at some point in the future. I really don't know, but what I do know is that what I just experienced, I would describe with only one word, and that word is unacceptable. Thanks very much to Velocifire for sending that through. Don't need to spend another second with that. All right, next up, we're looking at the Varmilo. Varmilo. You know what? This is going to need some sort of canife. Hi, I'm skiwithpete. Today we're taking a look at the Varmilo Electrostatic Capacitive keyboard from Varmilo. It doesn't actually have another name besides that. So that's what we're going to call it. Now, the one interesting thing before we get inside of this is I took a look at the switch itself and it doesn't look like a topre with its rubber cup. This is just a spring. It looks a lot like a cherry switch, but I understand that nothing actually touches anything. So it's electrostatic in that it checks the spring for how much the spring has been deflected and then uses that to figure out how the key press works. Now, just for sake of clarity, they also sent along these spare keycaps. Don't know why. And in terms of transparency, Varmilo did send me this keyboard for review, but that's it. It's not a paid-for review or anything. The board is mine to keep, but Varmilo has given me nothing. This keyboard doesn't actually have a name yet. It's just their Varmilo EC. And in fact, I did some Googling for it last night. It doesn't exist anywhere yet. So maybe somewhere, sometime in the future, you'll be able to find this on Amazon. If you can, I'll update the links in the video description below. But until then, Varmilo. Oh, see, I thought I was about to pull the packaging out and around, but it's actually a magnetic box. I just want to show you the end of it here. Not that you can see it because it's out of focus. Let me just get that in focus for you guys. No, that's going the wrong way. There, that's all the information that you can glean from that. And then on the other side, there's this. Looks like warm white LED, but you can't really tell anything else. Shad Vandenhull correctly points out that technically, and you are absolutely correct, sir, technically it is the spring that they are checking on the top race as well. Absolutely correct. So I just need to get the focus right for this, and that's just going to take another second because I messed with the focus in order to bring that to you. I think that's in focus now at 4K. Let me double check here. That is pretty good. Okay, and just so you know before we get into this, these are PBT keycaps and they're die subs. They're pretty thick PBT actually. They're kind of nice looking keycaps, but we'll get to those in a minute. Beyond that, This is pretty exciting. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I know you're a couple minutes into this review and I haven't actually got to the keyboard yet, but it's pretty exciting. It's a nice quality white box. It's textured and everything. And look at this. This has a real premium feel to it. That's for sure. That is for sure, for sure. Okay, first things first, we have some sort of protective cover layer. Just going to throw that off to the side. We've got USB, and that is USB. That's a USB mini. There's some more keycaps over here to replace stuff. A nice, cute little keycap puller. And let's pull out this keyboard. Last thing, of course, is the instruction manual. So fun. Okay. First thing to say is that there is faux wood. There's a faux wood texture on here. I think there was a faux wood on your Varmilo too, Steph. Was there? It's plastic.
No, mine had a... Oh, yeah, textured.
Just taking a look here. This is the back side of it, but this also has that textured back.
Didn't I correct what I called it?
The Shenzhen Zhihao Ho Tech Company Limited, Varmilo.com. It's got kind of a premium feel to it for sure. There's the flippy outie feet with little rubber pads on the bottom. Uh-oh. Doesn't want to go back down. There we go. Oh, they're locking. They got little locks on them. That's neat. You gotta push them. Gotta push them in. But who cares about that? You want to see this side of it. She's kind of pretty. She is kind of pretty. It's hard to deny that she's kind of pretty. I like the colors. Selective use of colors. And I'm trying to find a flat part of my desk to be able to really, so it doesn't clack around too much. These are really white keycaps. They're fun. Okay, just a glory shot here. Glory shot, glory shot. Douglas Perry's in the house. What's going on? BM McWirt, what's up with you, buddy? All right. I'm excited to type on this. Ooh, it's delightful. These springs, it's difficult to describe them. They're like a cherry red, or a better description would be a Gateron red, but they're even smoother than that. Incidentally, that keyboard is called Vintage Days plus CMYK. Or CMKY? That's weird. Should be CMYK. Oh, there's a little bit of scratchiness in there. The depression is the same as a cherry, so like the 4mm range. Let's just pull off one of these keycaps and take a look at what's underneath. Okay, first thing is the keycap. The keycap is a PBT keycap. You can see it there. And it's dye sublimated. Very crisp lettering there, as you can see. Steph, what color is this lettering?
Let me see. Black?
It might be black, but you know what? It might be
Like a dark gray.
dark gray, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it could be possibly a dark gray. It's not a like black.
It's not black, is it? And there underneath you can see the switch. So this is the pink version. I'm trying to see if I can... I just can't quite see the name that's printed on the switch there. Let me pull off another one because there's a little spot on that one. Okay. What does that say? You know what it says? It's upside down right now, but it actually says Varmilo. So you know for sure that that's their own proprietary switch because it actually says Varmilo on it. Let me just get that up nice and close to the screen so you can see it. There you go. That says Varmilo. If you can see it, if you got 4K and you can see those sorts of things. It's also got those little LEDs in them. Just going to take apart this cable here. The cable attaches on the right side just over here. Now, for most setups, having that be the entry point for the USB is probably beneficial because that would be close enough to your mouse wire that it would be useful. Unfortunately, on this computer, just the way that I'm set up, it has to go all the way the other way. iReplay is here. What's going on, dude? Welcome to the show. I'm just going to switch over to tester. That, of course, was the previous keyboard. But let's give this one a quick smash and just see what's up. It's real smooth and real delicious. These are linear switches that work electrostatic capacitively. And my God, is it fun to type on. Okay, let's switch off of tester here. And let's just do a little, you can see that there's some LEDs on. I'm not quite sure how to turn the LEDs on. Let me just look quickly in the instruction manual. Okay, function and this turns it on, and function and that's brighter, that's softer, and this changes it between breathing mode and non-breathing mode. Alexa, turn off the studio.
Okay.
So that's the breathing mode. And that's the always on. Let's turn that brightness all the way up. It's not the brightest keyboard I've ever seen. And of course, Alexa, turn on the studio.
Okay.
And of course, these keycaps are not shine-through keycaps. So it is quite a subtle thing that's happening with that. Okay, so my overall conclusions on this board are that it's high quality for sure. Sorry, this is I haven't quite finished yet. It just occurred to me that I haven't quite finished because what I haven't done is I haven't checked what material that is down there. And I just want to check that that's metal before I summarize here. And then I threw the keycap under the desk, only to be retrieved. Yeah, that appears to be metal. I might just pull up the space bar just so I can say for sure. Alright, and they are plate-mounted cherry-style stabs. That is definitely a metal. That is like a stainless steel or aluminum. I can't tell, but it is metal plate. I'm going to reverse the spacebar because that's how I like it. Okay. My conclusions here. This is a quality keyboard. It wouldn't be hard to make something like an electrostatic capacitive keyboard as a gimmick. But that is entirely not what Varmilo has done here. Yeah, it's got a plastic top, a plastic base. It's got a metal plate under there. It's got some novelty type switches, PBT keycaps that are die subbed. You know, it's not the most expensive keyboard that you're going to be able to buy, but equally it feels really good. This thing exudes quality, and it's hard quite to describe that. There's not many keyboards out on the market today that feel quite this good straight out of the box. And for that reason, I've got to give it a thumbs up. I don't yet know the price of it. I don't know the availability of it. I know that when you get a keyboard like this, your tendency is to want to replace the keycaps with something even more premium. But these would be good, and they would last you quite a long time. Again, I'm impressed by the quality. These switches are really next level. They feel like really good. It's difficult quite to describe it because they're a linear switch, but I guess if you imagine inside of a cherry red or a Gateron red, there is the slider pushing up against the metal, and here that just doesn't exist. It's got to be one of the smoothest experiences I've ever had on pressing a key. And that, you know, maybe there's a little bit of scratchiness, but the smoothness, I mean, in terms of the force curve. It's like the force curve it's like a straight line like I've never seen before. Yeah, I'm just going to do a typing test because I just want to do a type test. Do LEDs show through the shift keys, or are those not PBT? The good question. You can actually see through the shift key. So there is a possibility that this is not. No, that looks like it's PBT, man. That looks just like all the other keycaps. If that's ABS, that is a thick ABS. Let me just show you here. I mean, that looks to me to be the same material as the other keycaps. And it's certainly come out of the same mold as this one. Okay. Moki-chan, what's going on? Alex Khan says, get a magnet. Why a magnet? Oh, get a magnet to check if the plate is steel or not. That's a great... Dude, why didn't I think of that? I actually have another keycap puller here. I'm just being difficult. Yes, it is steel. The magnet has stuck. Oh, shit. It's stuck really good. Definitely it's steel plate. And there's no deflection. There's no dip in it. There's no... It is stable, stiff. Again, it's real quality. I'm really genuinely pleased with this keyboard. Like, this is when I would add this to my collection. And that is a tough thing to do, let me be honest with you guys. BN McWord says, they don't have this keyboard listed with the pink ES switches listed yet, but with cherry switches, the same board is $149. I suspect this will probably be a little more expensive. I've tried it with cherry switches, and cherry silent is very similar to the one that Steph tested last week, but sorry guys, I know we should move on with the show. Let's get on with it, but this is a nice keyboard. And according to the thing that I read last night, the electrostatic capacitive switches means faster response time to the computer. But of course, it's slowed down by the speed of having a cable, you know, and that can only work at relativistic speeds. So blah, blah, blah. You're really saving like the tiniest of a microsecond. But hey, if that sort of thing is important to you, then this would still be a good keyboard for you. Again, it takes quite a lot after this many keyboards to impress me. I know Fire was off the other end bad, but this one is off the other end good. And it's not just by comparison between the two. This really is a quality piece of kit. Thank you very much to Varmilo for sending that through. I really like the keycaps too. They're dope. Okay. Overall, I think this is a very nice keyboard. Thank you again to Varmilo for sending this through. This was not a paid review, but Varmilo did send me the keyboard to keep. It's pretty cool. Like, I don't know what else to say. If you're in the market for this sort of a keyboard and you don't need stuff like programmability, and you think, I just want a good, solid starter keyboard, this one might be the trick. Dang, possibility of different layouts. There's no switches or anything on the bottom. I'd need to bust inside it to see exactly what is available in under there, but I can't tell. This leg actually isn't. There we go. There we go. Cool. Sweet. Dope. What other good words can I use for this thing? I like it. Straight up, I just like it. And I put my spacebar on backwards. Cool. You know, if I was to say something, and I'm not, I'm just like being super picky. Crazy, Pete. Don't be so picky. I would have put a slightly stiffer spring in the spacebar. Because I feel like if you have reds here, you should have a black here. And it doesn't. These are the same weight spring. That is the only complaint. And name me a company in the world right now that actually does put that other spring in there. You can't. But I said it out loud. Oh yeah, do you mean like a European layout or a TKL or something? I don't know. They just sent me this 104 key, and they didn't say whether there were other layouts that were coming. Steph, what time do they switch downstairs?
No idea.
Do they switch at 3 or at 4?
I don't know.
Okay, never mind. Okay, I'm just putting this back in the box for now. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Would you really use one of these? Maybe, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't, but maybe. It also came with these extra keycaps. Oh, these have little LED windows, if you want LED windows. And then this, of course, was just a bunch of spares. And, I mean, the high-quality wire puller. Everything about this board just says, like, nice. You know? Well done, Varmilo. I think she's a keeper. It's really not every day that I add a board to my collection, so I'm pretty stoked about it. I'll bring that to a meetup next time I go. Oh, there was a meetup today too, wasn't there? The one in Boston. I hope they're having a great one.
Wasn't Cleveland this weekend as well?
What's that?
Wasn't Cleveland today as well?
Oh, maybe Cleveland was today. Oh, uh-oh. All of a sudden, a whole bunch of dropped frames on the... Why is it dropping all these frames?
Cleveland, Boston, and Helsinki.
Cleveland, Boston, and Helsinki.
Mm-hmm. Had meetups first day.
I don't know why we're dropping all these frames. Huh. Think we're back? Are we back? No, it's gone red again. How you guys doing? Can you see? Is it working okay or is it bad? Bad. Okay, well, I'm just gonna wait another couple of minutes until the stream comes back to good. $14,504. Let's just see here. Again, it's Windows, so I have no idea why it's doing that. There's no indication of anything that would cause that. It just suddenly starts kicking up a fuss. All right, just a couple things in housekeeping while we're waiting to check if this is going to continue on at the speed that it's continuing on at. Don't forget to press like. If you're new, don't forget to press subscribe. We currently have 20 watching and 21 likes. Thank you very much to everybody. Video's still smooth. No worries about it. Okay, cool. I just wanted to do a real quick video about how to get inside your Master Keys S. Should you choose to buy one of these. And then, as soon as you've decided to buy it, this is the PBT version. As soon as you decide to buy it, you think, you know what I really want is one of those custom controllers that fits under here. This one already has it installed. This is how I knew that the custom controller worked and we were good to start selling them on 1UP keyboards. It's called the Unloved Bastard and it's just inside here. Let me get inside and show you exactly how this works. So the first thing you need to do is void your warranty. You got to do that. You're not going to get away with this without voiding your warranty. And then once you've taken the screw out of there, which I never bothered putting back in. What you do, what did I do with my little, what did I do with it? Huh. Steph, what'd I do with my little guitar pick?
I have no idea.
What? But
Hang it somewhere?
I always would put it somewhere that I could hang it. What would I have done with it? Okay, let's just press this for 1 second. What would I have done with it? Ah, I put it here. So I've got a guitar pick, but you don't need a guitar pick. You could use an old credit card or something if you wanted. But basically what you need to do is get into the board. And the best way to do that is to just find a little spot like that along the front edge. This is the front edge, just a reminder. This is the front edge. And once you found that, you just wiggle your way along this edge. And eventually the board will start to come loose. Just like that, that edge popped up. And I'm going to run it all the way to the other edge, and that edge popped up. So if you can see here, that's not the action cam. If you can see, and you can't because it's out of focus. If you can see here along this edge, all I've done is just got these clips up. You see those little indentations? Those have popped up. And you can see there's a little bit of residue from my guitar pick that's gotten in here, but it's not so bad as to be worried about it. And of course, when you flip the board over, you won't see that because who cares? All right, now I'm going to turn this around to the other side. I'm going to do exactly the same thing on this side. All you do, you just, look at that. Just force that in. I just pulled it out with my fingernail and then put that in. And then what you do is just run this along the edge and get it to the point like that where it's just popped out. There you go. Because the other side's already done, this side is way easier. And look, it just pops off right like that. There's nothing more to it than that. That's it. It's off. And then over here you can see the Unloved Bastard. There it is. This is the successor to the Frosty Flake. Oh, it's twice I've done that now. You can see it there. I'm just going to... Okay, and I'm just going to show you how to remove the Unloved Bastard, which is the same process as you would install it. And for that, I'm just going to use this screwdriver. All you do is just slowly pry up each of the sides. You just, whoops, just do it. Doesn't matter if the keycaps come off like that. All you need to do is just slowly and gently get this thing up. There you go. And it's off. Okay. Now let's just show you what it looks like under here, just so there's no surprises. All right, this is the other side of it. This is the front side of it. And you notice it's got 3 LEDs on the front. Those LEDs will work with the top housing to fit right in place. This is definitely a different size than the Frosty Flake. You definitely can't use the Frosty Flake on this. But so you know, on here you have the Atmel Atmega 32U2, I believe. This is the 32U2. And this chip fits exactly in here. I'm just going to show you, again, what it looks like and how to know that you're getting it right. So all you do is line up the pins. Oh, I just want to show you that here. See the pins? They're just lined up in those holes there. That's it. No mystery beyond that. They're lined up in the holes and you just push them down into place. No soldering required. No nothing. You just remove the old controller, push this down into place, and you now have the board ready to be fully programmable. Cool. Next thing you're going to do is plug the board in. This uses a micro USB right in there. You can't quite see it, but it is in there, and it's a micro USB. You simply plug the board in. Keep knocking these keycaps off. Now. Now, I leave the lid off for this next stage, but basically what I'm going to do... is go over... Oh, don't forget the Discord. Don't forget to join the Discord. There it is there. You can also find it in the About section below. All I'm going to do here... Thank you again to Atari Zero for this week's Super Chat. The Super Chat, so you guys know, it's over here. It's at a $450 because what I'd like to do is get a 360 camera for the stream. I think that would be fun. You guys can take a look around one-up keyboards and all that as we go. What I want to do here is just go to Easy AVR. I need to download a new version myself because just go over here and do clone or download, and I'm just going to download the zip. I need to download a new one myself because it's only just yesterday that the Unloved Bastard was included in Easy AVR, so that is already ready to go. All you need to do now is go over to your download section and download, get Easy AVR Master. I've got a folder on my desktop that's called keyboards. And so I'm just going to chuck Easy AVR Master in there. You guys can't see it, but it's copying over. That didn't work. That didn't work either. What? Never use this over here. I never ever use this. I always do it in Mac OS. So I've never done this before. Huh. How does one run this? Let's take a quick look. Oh, download the executables from the wiki page. It's even easier. Easy key map Windows. Oh, I got it. Let's delete this. Delete. I'm gonna copy over. I always do this in Mac OS, so I really have no idea. But just to prove that it entirely does work. I don't know if it will because the Python. Huh. We'll see. Easy key map. Don't run. It just says don't. Look at Windows again. God, don't run. Run anyway. There we go. File, new layout. There it is. Master keys S. You see it? Unloved bastard. Oh. I didn't do the available layouts. I'm sorry. New layout. Let's do it again. Master keys S, unloved. And I'm going to choose the ANSI 87 key layout. Let's do that. There it is. Now what we can do is add our macros or boot or whatever we want. What I always do, I always make my function key. So let's just choose the function key over here. FN layer. And then once I go to FN, I make this the escape key, the boot key. Makes it much easier to program. Boot. And then I'm also, just for the purpose of this demo, just going to do, actually, you know what? Which one is H? That one. H. Okay, and what I'm going to do for the macro, oh, you can't quite see the macro, can you? Let me see if I can move this up. For the macro on H, I'm just going to build a really quick HTML file. But you know what? I don't even need to build an HTML file. I could just go to the HTML people and just say HTML basic page. And then what I'm going to do, just go grab one as my macro. Oh, come on. Just give me a basic HTML page, HTML document. Come on, come on. There we go. And all I'm going to do is just copy this whole thing. And I'm going to go back over to my macro. And I'm just going to paste the whole thing in. And then what I do, I click Save Layout. I'm just going to go to on my desktop, I have that keyboards. I do keyboard layouts. I like having them all in one simple place. And I'm going to call this Unloved. Save the layout. Oh, I forgot to do this though. First I got to put the macro in there. Macro 1. There it is. It's my H. And that's in my FN layer. So I'm just going to... I'm sure you're following along at home. Basically what I've done is, on the default layer, I've created FN. And then on the FN layer, I've created another FN just so I can keep it pressed down. And M1 is my macro, which is going to be this macro 1, the HTML page. And I've got boot mode in the top left corner. Okay, I'm just going to do save layout again. And now I'm going to do a build and reprogram. So the next thing to do, I've got to save this. I'm just going to show you here what it looks like. I'm going to call it Unloved. Save it. And I'm going to build it with Flip. But before I do that, I need to plug it in and get it all ready. So here is a micro. And this micro I need to slot in. You can see on the main screen here. Keep knocking keys off of this thing. Okay, now that I've plugged it in, what I next need to do is use a magnet to set it into boot mode. And all you do is just run this magnet near it. There you go. Now that I've done that, I should be able to put it into boot mode. And we've successfully done it. And just to show off how successfully we've done it, I'm going to open up the notepad here. Whoops. Open up the notepad and I'm going to use function, which is FN, and I'm going to press H, and you can see it spits out my macro, which is pretty cool, right? So again, just adding a $40, the $40 Unloved Bastard to your $80 keyboard means you get a fully programmable keyboard for $120. That's why this is the best keyboard to buy if you're buying one off the shelf. That makes the Cooler Master Master Keys S with the Unloved Bastard, in my opinion, one of the best keyboards that you can get at all. Okay, I'm just going to unplug this here. As much as I love the keyboard, the placement of that USB cable is ridiculous. To put the top back on, all you do is start with the back. So I just rest this on top, and what I'm going to do is push it down at the back, just like that. And then come to the front, and I start just easing it down. We are fully back in place. Everything looks just like it did when it came from the factory. I'm just going to do this so you can see it. And that is your $120 fully programmable keyboard. Sweet. And that's it for the live stream. The thing that makes that so easy to use is just pasting in the macros like that. I mean, you can paste in a macro that's frigging huge. If you can sneak this in to do a test or something, you just do that and it spits out an essay. Sweet. Well, thanks again to everybody for tuning in this week. I'm your host, Ski with Pete. I know so because I got this awesome crazy hat that says Ski with Pete on it. Oh, that hurts. Had a bunch of unsubscriptions today. Ugh. Oh, that hurts. Alex Collins says, excuse Pete, if I send you a wood case, would you take a look at it on the show? Of course I would, Alex. Feel free to send it to me. Why don't you send me an email? You can figure that out through the channel. I'd be happy to do that. Yeah, that Varmilo board is pretty nice. Would I rather the Varmilo board or this? Well, they're different things. I mean, I like the Electrostatic Capacitive. If you were just thinking of getting cherry switches, I would totally get this board instead. It also has PBT keycaps, but you can get the replacement controller. Cool. Well, that's the show, folks. There's the Master Keys S, which we just did. There's the Varmilo board, which I really liked. There's the Velocifire, which I totally didn't like. And thank you again to Antlion for sending through the MM28. Thank you also to Atari Zero, who put $10 towards the 360 camera. It's $450 and I'm at 93, so I'm almost a quarter of the way there. Thank you again to everybody who contributes to the show. If you're unable to contribute financially, I totally get it. But please press like and make sure you've subscribed to the channel. I think that's it. That's it from me from snowy New York City with this beautiful Christmas tree in the background right here. Thank you to Steph for making the Christmas tree. It's still snowing outside. I don't know if you guys can see out there, but it's snowing. Thanks again, guys. Don't forget to check out the chat. The chat is available in the About section below. It's the Discord link. You can find the chat and go and hang out and talk keyboard as long as you guys want. Go check that out. Thank you to Mange HD for setting that up. That's very cool of him. We will see you guys back again very soon indeed. I'm hoping to do a Raspberry Pi stream sometime in the next 48 hours or so, so I'd love to do that. I will see you guys back again soon for that, hopefully. Thanks again.